Starting off this tutorial, I'm going to prime my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I'm going to smooth that in all over my face and then press it in where I feel like my pores are larger just to create a smooth canvas. Now I'm going to take my e.l.f. eyebrow kit in the color medium and I'm going to fill in my eyebrows using the Real Techniques eyebrow brush. This gel just helps fill them in. Normally I would take my NYX eyebrow pencil, but I don't have that at the moment, so I just use this gel just to fill them in and give them a fuller look. Now I'm taking my NYX eyebrow gel in the color black. This color isn't really black, it's just a very dark brown, and it goes perfect with my hair color to make my eyebrows appear a little bit darker. Now going in with my concealer brush from Crown Brushes, using my MAC concealer in the color NC45, I'm going to carve out the bottom of my brows. This step isn't necessary, but because it's time for me to get my brows done and I want more of a sharper look underneath, I carve them out. Now going in with my NYX eyeshadow base in the color Skin Tone. Using the same concealer brush I used to carve out the bottom of my brows, I'm going to apply this all over my lid. Using an eyeshadow base before your eyeshadow just gives for a smoother transition from using a cream to a powder, and it also helps with less creasing throughout the day if you have oily eyelids. Now using my Flawless Concealer brush from e.l.f., I'm going in with the NYX eyeshadow called Lap Dance just to set that base that I just put down, to make the transition easier from going to a cream to powder eyeshadows. Now I'm going in with this peach colored eyeshadow as my first transition shade. I'm not being too precise with this color, just applying it above my crease and in my crease as a first transition from the concealer that we place underneath the eyebrow to our lid colors. Now I'm going in with my next transition shade. This is the color Cornelius from the Kathleen Lights Color Pop Quad. This is a light brown color. You don't necessarily have to use this color. You can use any light brown transition shade that you have. Now going in with a NYX eyeshadow Dance the Tides as my last transition shade. This is a smoky brown. It's kind of have an orange tint to it. I apply this using the side of the brush just so I don't bring it too high out of the crease and make it look muddy. Now going in with my Reveal 2 palette, I'm going to take the last shade, which is a black color, and I'm going to apply that as if I was applying a wing liner along the tape. I'm going to draw it out the black line, and then I'm going to fill in the outer corner of my eyelid. Now I'm going to take this brown color from the Rose Gold Ulta palette. If I would have started this tutorial over again, I would have done the brown first before the black to make a gradient effect, but I forgot. So if you're doing this at home, make sure you place the brown down first and then the black shadow over it so that it doesn't come out too harsh. Now I'm going back in with that NYX eyeshadow and Dance the Tides to blend everything out and make sure that there are no harsh lines from using a black and a brown eyeshadow. Now this eyeshadow is the star of the show. This is the color Blaze from the Kathleen Lights Colourpop Quad. It's a bronzy, greenish, goldish color and I absolutely love it. I'm using a synthetic brush and placing that all over my lid. I find that the Colourpop eyeshadows place best and the most smoothly all over your lid with a synthetic brush. Now I'm going back in with Cornelius and I'm just going to blend out the line that I just made, putting on the eyeshadow all over my lid. Now going back into my Reveal 2 palette, I'm going to take this gold eyeshadow and place it on the inner part of my eyelid. I didn't take Blaze all the way down because I wanted a nice inner corner highlight. Now for my brow bone highlight, I'm going to go in with this MAC eyeshadow in the color Arena. It's more of a yellow based highlight than it is a white based highlight, and it's perfect for darker skin tones. I'm going to take off the tape and look at the line that it perfectly makes for me. I'm going to tight line with my NYX gel liner in the color Black. Now I'm going in with my MAC mascara. I love this mascara because it has two wands, one for lengthening, which I'm using right now, and the other one for volumizing. I love a spidery lash, so this mascara is perfect because I have two in one. Now I'm going to spray my face with my MAC Fix Plus just so that when I blend out my foundation, it gives it a thinner layer than it would normally. I don't want to have it too thick because we do go in with powders and blushes and everything else instead of concealer with a blush, so I don't want to look too cakey. I'm using my Makeup Forever HD foundation in the color N173. It looks a little light at first when I blend it in, but it does oxidize on my skin, so it makes it the perfect shade. Now I'm going in with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I'm using this concealer to highlight the points of my face. I'm using the color Medium Dark Neutral because the undertone of my skin is more neutral than it is golden or pink. This concealer works out perfectly and not making a white cast for when I take pictures. I'm going to blend this concealer out using my Real Techniques contour brush. Normally I would use my beauty blender, but it is dirty right now and I have to wash it, but this brush fits perfectly right underneath my eyes and everywhere else I need to blend out that concealer. Now using my Ben Nye banana powder, I'm going to set the concealer and let it bake all over for a little bit just so that it doesn't crease and that it stays put all night long. Using my NYX contour kit, I'm going to take that first brown shade and the last brown shade and contour the hollows of my cheekbones. My contour is naturally defined, so doing this step isn't too easy, but you want to make sure that you blend upwards so that you don't make your face look too muddy. I do have a big forehead, so I'm also going to contour pretty deeply on my forehead and down the sides of my temples. Now going back in with my Ben Nye banana powder, I'm going to sharpen that contour a little bit just to make it more defined right underneath where we placed the contour earlier. Now we're going to blend all the baking that we placed under the eye and on the forehead and chin and nose away using our buffering brush by Real Techniques. Now we're going to smoke out the lower lash line using the same colors that we did on our lid. First I'm going back in with that NYX eyeshadow and Dance the Tides. And then I'm going to take the black and place it on the outer portion of my lower lid. And then I'm going to go back in with the dark brown color from the Rose Gold Ultra palette and smoke it all the way from the outer lid to the inner. Now I'm taking my NYX gel liner in the color black and tightlining my waterline. And then just blend that out and smudge it all in so there are no harsh lines. Now going in with my facial powder, I'm just going to wipe away all the excess banana powder that we had on our face and make sure that everything's all blended in and that we set our foundation. Going in with this blush by Pandora's Face in the color Pink Carnation using my MAC 113 blush brush. I'm going to apply that all over the apples of my cheeks. Now I'm going to go in with my Milani Fantastic and use that on my Eco Tools Deluxe Fan Brush and place that glow all over the high points of my cheekbones. I'm also going to take some of that highlight and place it on the tip of my nose and right on my Cupid's bow just to create some more highlight in those places. Now taking my Real Techniques stippling brush, I'm going to blend it all in together and make sure that everything is seamless and there are no harsh lines all over my face. Now I'm going to spray some MAC Fix Plus all over my face again to get rid of the powdery look that we have from using so many powdered products. Going in with my CoverGirl Lip Perfection lip liner in the color Passion. I'm going to line my lips, filling in the corners or the outer corners, just so that when I do place the lipstick on top, it all blends in evenly. Going in with my Milani lipstick in the color Matte Passion. I'm just going to place that all over my lips using a generous amount. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching.